You may be familiar with this artwork. It's designed by Cicely Mary Barker, who has passed away, but they are beautiful, beautiful artwork. This is half of the collection that Heidi has worked with today, and each one has the artwork. In fact, as you see this, can you see that the face is kind of not there? Also, we've got white leaves and a white stem, so that's not really quite right. But what we have with the sheet is you're going to get two of this little girl with a rose, and then two of this one, this little fairy, and then you get engraved dazzles that are going to be positioning right over the top of them that will fill in the areas that right now are white or are blank. They are stunning. They are beautiful. We've had a lot of fairy things this year, and these are just absolutely stunning. So please come play with us. So our first card that Heidi's done is using this set of the fairies. So it's got the plain tree, Plane tree, and blackthorn, and there is the artwork. Oh, so pretty. And so you can see that you've got the artwork going facing to the right and facing to the left on both versions. And then the peel-offs, the dazzles, are the engraved, and you see you get extra pieces, and they also face to the left and to the right. So you simply lift them off and place them onto the artwork. And as you know, the engraved dazzles come out in one sheet, so you just simply position it right on top. And let me show you what Heidi has done. So I'm going to put this right back on the sheet and save it for later. And here is her card. So you can see that it's just beautiful, just beautiful. Now, she chose the North Country papers to go with this, and so that's what you've got on the leaf paper, as well as this gingham or plaid, and the dazzle has been double matted, so that's nice. Then Heidi decided to take the blue paper, the blue ribbons, and there are two layers right here, so it's not really that wide, it's half that wide. And so she put those around the leaf paper, then glued it to the front of her card. Now, the complete instructions are in the gallery, so just want you to know that. I think it was really striking to add that blue. It just really does a nice job against the orange that's in there. Now, she also added the lapis blue glimmer paper. Now, as you may know, this is not holographic. It is a paper, it's not a cardstock, but it just gives a shimmer, and it does very nicely against the gold embossing that's done on the stickers. And then she's also used, for her greetings, this is a newer set. It's called Card Inside Outside Greetings, and we've added the brown, and that's what Heidi chose to use with her thank you. Then on the inside of her card, she's used that plaid beautifully, that working well. She's done the opposite image to go on the inside, and she's made the blue mat just whiter. Still the same blue, and because these dazzles, there's an inside for the front of your card, and then, or an outside for the front of your card, and an inside for the inside of your card. That's how it works. So thank you, you are my everything. So just really sweet, and just does a nice setting for those beautiful fairies. So let's see what Heidi has secondly. And she's gone into our die cut cards this time. And here is the card. Now, this is being done with the Mellow and Fetch fairies, okay? So you can see, just really, they're all just beautiful and lovely. And the papers that she's used this time are the Romantique. So that is number one. And she has also used the 3D frame die cut cards. So let me show you what that does. Well, you see the end result is it makes a frame. So this frame is, about 1/2 inch thick. and it's just done strictly out of the die cut pieces out of the die cut frame. So 3D frame, you're going to get 3 frames and 3 envelopes. We always give the envelopes. And the way it's constructed is that this is the card base, and you'll see the front of it has these lines that are scored. Well, you simply mount and fold all of them. Let's see how quickly I can do this. So you're going to mount and fold the first one, and that means it's going down. And then you're going to valley fold the second one, and that's going to create your frame. But it ends up giving you an empty area. So let me go along the score lines. So I'm doing it the opposite way. So you're kind of accordion folding those two. First down and then up, like so. By the way, complete directions are on the inside of the package. So then you've made your frame, but you have kind of this ugliness. So what is in the kit is a piece to go inside, and it simply fits like so. Now you can see that Heidi has covered hers with the romantic paper. Now the other thing that this kit has is yet another piece to make sure that back area is nice and tidy. So that works like that. And as I said, on the back of the package, it gives you step-by-step instructions. So no, nothing is hidden for you. So what Heidi has done is when she had it this way, she covered just the frame with the romantic paper. And it's a little hard to tell, but as she tells you the instructions, it's actually a striped paper. It's just a very gentle and very pastel colors, so it's not an in-your-face stripe. So she's used that. You can see that she covered this one with the green, and then she has her fairy right in the middle. And with both of the fairies I've just shown you, in fact, it may be true of all of them, when you go to trim them out, it's really nice to use these small, short-bladed scissors. These are the 4.5-inch ones that we have. It's 4.5 inches total length, and it just makes it very easy to cut out something like this. And you can see that the image kind of pokes out of the frame that it's in, and I think that's really, really nice. Now for this, she also used the same inside-outside dazzles, so Celebrate and then Wish are part of those. Those dazzles have many colors in them, and so that's where that little butterfly comes from. And she also used the pink, light pink ribbons to just do that little bow right there. And it's nice to have it kind of nested into the frame. And yes, this being a dimensional card, you would want to either pop it into a box if you're going to mail it, or hand deliver it. You've got the envelope that will work. Now, in all of these cards, I think it's true that Heidi has used both images on the card, one on the outside, one on the inside. Of course, this would be a perfect card front, so you can separate them and just get more cards for your dollar. The other thing that Heidi has done on both the front and the back is she's used the extra art that is included in the collection with the fairies. So she's used them on the corners on the front, corners on the inside. Now these extra dazzles are again on a sheet of the romantic dazzles, and the information and how to get them is in the gallery, so you can see all of that. Okay, do you want to see more? I want to see more. Now the third one, let me bring it in and let me show you all the stuff it's using. This is the Chicory and Candy Tuft dazzle or fairies, and again just really, really pretty. So you can see we've got the one on this one, so let me walk you through it and show you what she has done. Now with this one, Heidi has used the Joyride papers, and that's what it's going to tell you in the gallery. So she's used the Joyride 12 by 12 papers, she's used the Joyride die cuts, and she's used the Joyride enamel dots. Now, that works really well, and I'll walk you through all of this. But if you want the similar collection, there is an artful card kit called Something Wonderful. It uses the same artwork as the Joyride. So if you only want 8.5 by 11, this is a great value. If you want to have the option of the 12 by 12, you'll want to get the papers and the die cuts separately. So just want to point that out. The enamel dots you would need to buy separately in any case. And okay, so with all of that, let me show you what she did. Now, she has taken her blank card and folded the front. This is going to be an easel card, and I think it's really clever that it rests on the wings of the second image. Just really, really fun. I don't know that I would have thought of that. I also like what Heidi's done, and it's something that Teresa often does, is the front of the card is in this soft orange that plays well with the gold, but the inside pop is a pink. And I think that's really fun to have something different for the inside, and that's just, you know, kind of an extra bonus. Now, same idea, taking the sticker and putting it onto the artwork to complete that image to make it just oh so lovely. And the measurements for the papers to cover those two parts of our gatefold card or of our easel card are in the gallery. But then she's done something different. So she has taken some of these die cuts and has used them. So she's used this great big die cut, that one, and this die cut, so two very large ones, and she's put them one on top of the other. Surprise, the fairy is going to fit right in the middle of this one. So it's really a very different use of those die cuts, and one that I don't think I would naturally have thought of. I think I would have wanted to save all of it, but it just does a really nice job. Plus, the pink here is going to do a nice job coordinating with the inside. So as I said, each of the fairies has some extra artwork. This one has some borders that are added. So Heidi has cut them down and put them on the corners of her card. Very clever. And then on the inside, as I said, this one is simply using the fairy. So cutting her out right along the edge of the artwork. Then she has foam taped the two flowers and this little piece in front of the little fairy. And there's one of the die cuts here. And again, she is using, as I said, the, I think it is the greeting dazzles. Yes, it is the card greeting dazzles. Again, they are in the 5 colors, black, white, gold, silver, and brown. She chose just to have one message on the inside, a little hello. But again, I think this makes a really pretty card front. You might want to add a border up here or something, but just really sweet. And as I said, how cute to have that resting on the fairy. It kind of looks like a mirror image as she's looking down. Really just quite charming, I think. And remember my tip about the Joyride imagery is the same as Something Wonderful Artful Card Kit. Yes. Okay, I've got one more card, and this time we're going into strawberries. So there we go. And this card is taking those strawberries and really using them well. So here we have the center step card. I've said this before, but it's absolutely our most popular. And this has 5 cards, 5 envelopes. It's just one piece of die cut card that makes the whole card itself. And Heidi has used the patterns that are on the back of the package to cut out that great big strawberry, and that's out of our strawberry paper. Now this is sold individually, and it's a 12 by 12, so you can see that that's just going to work really well with this little strawberry fairy. And she did use the Dotted Duos #1 is for the dotted paper, so that's going to do nicely on those each side of the front. And she also used that to mat the little girl, and that just works nicely. The 4-inch paper doilies, those have been 2 pieces just to kind of spread that area out to make it larger, in fact. Then on the inside of her card, she's covered the whole inside with the dotted duo number 1. Done the same thing with her doily. There's 2 of them there. And then just the image of the little girl, and that again is the card Greeting Dazzles. So really, really sweet. So many things that you can do with these absolutely charming pieces. So whether you want strawberries or candy tuff and chicory or any of the other, here's the whole group. I can get these all together for you. There are 8 in total. And we are limited to the stock on hand, so I just want you to know that. But they're each absolutely charming and very, very special. Thank you for joining us for this webisode. Many of the things that Heidi used are shown down below. You can see that. Go over to the gallery and click. You can see the instructions for everything as well as the item numbers. You can click on those if you want to purchase them or take a closer look. We do have a money saver because we always have a money saver. Certainly if you're watching this on YouTube, please head on over to paperwishes.com. We want you to take advantage of that money saver and be sure to get the complete instructions. And we are delighted to have the Fairies here as well as Heidi's wonderful cards. Thank you so much for joining us and for being part of the Paper Wishes family.